Good evening, Mark Twain parents. It's Mrs. Hennessy, and I'm here to give you a little update from things that we have been told from the district to try to get everybody on the same page. So again, everything's kind of up in the air, but this is the information that they're giving us so far. So first and foremost is the health and well-being of your child and your family, making sure that everybody has plenty of time to enjoy each other, relax, get plenty of sleep, some good things to eat maybe, just hanging out and trying to kind of digest all of this. I know it's difficult, and I know our kids as well as our adults are having a hard time just trying to kind of figure out what's next. So that's first and foremost. Making sure that your kiddos have time for playing and enjoying themselves, just being a kid, getting to go outside, run around, get plenty of exercise, doing some chores around the house, trying to get to some sort of a new normal, which is hard for us all, I know. Setting a schedule for them is definitely going to help that. So trying to get them in a routine. Kids like predictability, and getting them into a routine that includes a little bit of learning, a little bit of stuff at home, some chores, some responsibility, a little bit of fun, outside playtime, all those kinds of things. So as far as distance learning, I guess is kind of sort of what they're calling it, it's really optional. They have told us that the things that the kids do can be given credit toward grades, but cannot count against them. So whatever grades they had at the beginning of March are technically their grades. However, they can go up. So we are using this as a form of motivation to get them to continue to read and write and learn while we are also trying to face these difficult times that are going on right now. So with that said, maybe don't share that part with your kiddo. With that said, they don't equate learning at home to learning at school. In other words, they don't want you to make your child spend 6 or 7 hours at home with schoolwork, because it's very different than being in class. The expectation is if you can, if everybody's healthy, if they have the support, if they have all the materials that they need, they're asking if the kids can do maybe 1 to 2 hours a day is the expectation. Total of about 10 hours a week. And that's for all of their learning. Now, you are the parent and you get to decide. So if you want them doing more, that's up to you. If you want them doing less, that's up to you. If you want them doing none, that's up to you. You know, it would be difficult to see them lose everything that they learned by doing nothing. So my suggestion is to try and get them to do some, as much as they're able to do. And it may change. Sometimes they might be able to do more, and sometimes they might be able to do less, depending on what your family is going through. You know, you might have somebody sick at home that you're trying to take care of, and obviously the health and well-being of your family is first and foremost. We're going to try to design lessons that we can have some interaction with the kids, because obviously we miss them to death, as well as many things, most things that we can also post on Google Classroom in case they can't log in at the time that we're all going to meet. Then they can go onto Google Classroom and they can do it at their own speed or at their own time that fits into their schedule. Because they might have to go to the doctor. They might have to go to grandma's house where there's no Wi-Fi. They might have to do different things that don't allow them to be on at the right time or at the same time as everybody else. So we don't want them to miss out. I know some of you might be juggling more than one kid, sharing a device. That's always challenging. You might be trying to figure out how to get your Wi-Fi to stretch through 4 kids who are all sharing it and trying to stream different things. So there's a lot of challenges. I'm not super techie, so it's been a challenge for me to figure out things. And honestly, for a teacher right now, it's just kind of the floodgates of there are a million different things you can do. and we're trying to kind of weed through it and try to figure out kind of what is the best out of those things, and which things can lend themselves to killing two birds with one stone, maybe. Because again, we only want them to have to do maybe, 2 hours of schoolwork a day, something like that. So that's what I've been doing all week. I'm trying to learn as many of these different programs as I can, as quickly as I can. This coming week, that's my job after I work with your child, is to learn some additional programs. The district's giving us access to some little kind of tutorials this week, so the teachers can do some additional learning. They haven't really given us strict guidelines on what we need to do and how we need to do it. So right now, it's kind of a work in progress. It may change, it may stay the same, I don't know. It's day to day, hour to hour. So just please be flexible with us and know that, we're doing the very best we can with the guidance that we're being given, and we're all figuring it out together, okay? So what can you do as a parent? Like I said, set a schedule for your child. Have in there time for reading. Definitely don't let them slide on that reading. That is number one, because that reading is going to help them in math, in science, in social studies, all the way across the board. So even if you do nothing else, read, read, read. So definitely please make sure that that's in there. You can still have them take quizzes on Accelerated Reader and earn those points. I'm going to be giving shout outs for kids who are earning those points and getting close to their goals and all that. I'm going to still be tracking them on Zern and seeing who's putting in the most minutes, who's got the most lessons done, and giving them shout outs. We're still going to have different times for creativity and different sorts of art activities, or, everybody's going to create a dance or a rap or whatever it is, and have times when they can share those with their friends. I was thinking I could even put in the morning in our lesson time for them to do the Pledge of Allegiance together. So that's going to be kind of fun. So I found a way that we can work that. So it's just those little things that they miss, just those routines that they miss, and they miss seeing their friends. So as far as parents, please set a schedule of some sort. I know you might have other children, so try and see what their teachers are doing. If they have a problem and they can't get on when we're on, I'll try to record each session and put it onto onto Google Classroom, so that they can log in and at least see our session and see what we did or hear what we did. Although they aren't going to be there live, at least they'll get to see it and they can still see all their friends. Have a place where they can work that's distraction-free, and try and make sure that they have all the materials that they need. So obviously they're going to probably need some sort of device. If you need a computer, the district has computers that they're checking out to families. They have hotspots, although I heard that they're not in yet. They're going to be in a few weeks. That doesn't really help us much, I know. So I guess better late than never. So try and make sure that they have a device available, obviously paper, pencil, things like that, crayons, markers, materials for them to be able to be creative as well, okay? As far as the students, making sure that they're taking responsibility for their learning, that they're asking questions either to me or to you guys whenever they get stuck on something. Making sure that they log in at the right time. It's hard to start a lesson if you have kids all logging in at different times. So whether they're on or not, if I need to start a lesson at 10 o'clock, I need to start that lesson at 10 o'clock, okay? Because I can't keep waiting for everybody to go in, out, in, out, in, out, because that'll just never work, okay? And just making sure that they get as much done as they can, as much as fits into your life right now, and just try and support them through that. And I'll try and support them in every way I can too. I'm going to schedule some office hours so that if you have any questions, you could either, if you want to Zoom with me, you can. If you want to do it privately, we can do that. If you want to be on every time that your child's on, you can. I'm always available on Remind, absolutely, and I'll send you different links for things on there. Google Classroom is going to be our main place to put resources, okay? And I'll put kind of our lesson plan each day on there. So I'm going to try and start tomorrow, okay? So I'm going to provide opportunities for reading, writing, and math every day. And the reading and writing, I'm gonna try to do topics that are social studies and science so that we're kind of killing two birds with one stone. It's hard to take an entire school day and condense it into 2 hours. So that's one way that we're trying to sort of make that happen. And again, this may completely change 2 weeks from now. So this is a work in progress, and we're gonna try and go with it, because sitting around and doing nothing isn't gonna help them at all. So we gotta take something and just try it. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, we'll modify it and find a way to make it work, or dump it and try something new. So again, just be as patient as you can, and know that anytime your child is reading and writing and doing math, they're learning. And again, there are so many ways that your child can learn that have nothing to do with schoolwork. So even if it's a day when they're just totally stressed out and just mentally can't handle it, if they need to do no work that day, have them do no work that day. You know, whatever you think is best. Because again, this is not gonna hurt their grade. It can only help their grade. So the more they can do, the better, obviously. The smarter they're gonna get as far as their academics. But what's happening, you know, with them in their heart and their mind and their physical self is equally as important, more important, okay? So make sure that they're able to be there with us mentally, okay? So again, I'm gonna try and, I'll put on Google Classroom tonight, kind of a basic lesson plan. We're gonna be starting a book called By the Great Horn Spoon. Okay, it is it's on YouTube. There's a part 1 and then there's a part 2. So it's like the first half of the book and the second half of the book. If you want your child just to listen to it because you don't have the book, they're in the classroom, they're locked up with everything else, you can just have them listen to it. If you want to go on Amazon and buy one, I think I ordered one, I think it was $6 or $7, something like that. And I think mine's going to be here on Thursday. So if you want to have them, you know, read along with it while it's reading it to us, and then we're going to do some reading and writing activities that go with that, you can. You don't have to. That's an option. You don't have to at all. But if you want to have them see those words while we're listening to it and they can see it as well as hear it, you can. Okay, so it's called By the Great Horn Spoon, and it's by Sid Fleshman, I think is his name. So you should be able to find it, By the Great Horn Spoon. And it's all about the gold rush, and it's all about how different people came during that time, and some stowaways on a ship who came here to California for the gold rush. So that's kind of where we're going with that. So use Remind if you need. Message me anytime. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I'm gonna let you know as far as office hours. I think I'm gonna do office hours 2 to 3. So if you want to Zoom privately with me then, or if you want to just, you know, text me on Remind, you can text me on Remind anytime. It's not just between 2 and 3. But if you want, you know, face-to-face, any sort of, you know, like almost like a parent conference, if your child is sick, if your family is going through some sort of extreme situation, let me know and I'll do what I can. I'm gonna try and put in fun things like show and tell. Remember back in the day when we used to do show and tell? All kinds of just fun things where they can just talk to each other and relax and take their mind off of what's going on in the world, okay? So, I hope you have a great day. Can you please have, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna send a video for your child and have them open it up. I'm gonna send it about 9 o'clock each morning, okay? So each morning about 9 o'clock, you can watch it also. It's whatever, it's a kid video, but you can watch it too. About 9 o'clock every morning, they'll get that, and that'll have our basics for the day, what the expectation is, what we're gonna be doing. It's also gonna be on Google Classroom each day, what we're gonna be doing, what the expectation is, and the links that they're gonna need to get there, okay? So, good luck, stay healthy, and we sure do miss your kiddos. It was great to see so many of them at the parade that we had last Friday. And that just warmed my heart. So thank you for getting your kid there if you could. I knew a lot of you couldn't do it, but that's okay. We missed you too. Okay, have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.